Hello and welcome to Inner Thoughts. Today we have Melanie back again, almost a year later, as our Miss World Universal 2025.
Hello, everyone. Hi again, Victoria. It's been a year, right? Time goes so fast. My first guesting here with Victoria was like a year ago. I think that was also around August. And
Yeah.
time flies so fast. And now we're here with an international crown. Great to see you again, Victoria.
Yes, you
Thank you
as
for having me
well.
here.
Of course, I'm glad you're able to find time in your busy schedule.
I really was like plotting down my schedules, like, okay, I need to have a spot for Victoria in here for our podcast.
Well, I greatly appreciate it. How do you feel
Thank
with
you.
this new title?
Honestly, well, to be honest, if I'm going to say it physically, my crown is so heavy. I think I told you a few minutes ago, but I still look at my crown sometimes and go, wow, this is it. So I already have the international crown. Well, everything about this journey has been, I would say, a series of firsts, because I told you last time it was my first local pageant with the Calgary pageants. So that was my first city pageant where it all began. And then right after a month of getting that Miss Calgary title, I won my first national crown in British Columbia. And now, for the first time ever, stepping foot again in Thailand and being crowned Miss World Universal 2025. And that was on an international stage. I mean, who would have thought? So from just here in Calgary, moving to that of Phuket, it's been surreal. It's empowering, it's humbling. I have a lot of things to unlearn and learn all throughout the journey because I also know the responsibility that comes with it. So definitely a little nerve-wracking. But more than anything, I am so grateful. Just grateful. That's how I feel. I am grateful.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I know you have done some stuff. I don't know if it was crown related, but what was the first thing that you did with your new title?
With my new title, it was very busy. Actually, right after my international crown, I got crowned and everything. Well, the first thing I did was to enjoy my time in Thailand. And my family and I went to Hong Kong at the same time. All my family members were with me in
Oh, that's
Thailand.
awesome.
Yeah, which is actually, I was very happy about it. They were in the audience. It was like cheering. They were the loudest group
Oh my gosh,
in
that's
Thailand.
amazing to have them all there with
I
you.
know. So they flew all the way from the Philippines, and I brought my daughter with me to Thailand. So we are all there. And of course, we get some time to travel. And I flew straight to the Philippines. That was my first part of the advocacy since I focus more on education for empowerment. So I visited a local school in the Philippines and also met a 72-year-old grade 12 learner. I've been supporting her and we had a meaningful talk about how I could help her finish school and at the same time help the local community in her place to extend more school supplies, a reading assistance to the young kids. Then I flew to Calgary for about right after that, I flew to Calgary, went straight to Quebec to judge the Mrs. Canada pageant. I was actually just here in Calgary for about, 12 hours and then flew again to
Wow.
Quebec. That Calgary one, that was after my 21-hour flight from the Philippines. I was so jet lagged. And next week, I'll be presenting at a leadership convention. So that's part of my advocacy as well. So I'll be wearing my crown and all those stuff, and I'll host a gala night as well. And I have another meeting on Saturday because I'm organizing free research conferences worldwide. It's been hectic. I was about to fly before my the Mrs. Canada judging. I was about to fly to South Korea but I don't have time because I'll be in Quebec. And then, Quebec to South Korea, that's
Mm.
another about 19-hour flight. I can't do it anymore physically. But everything I've done reflects my core again. That's education, mental health, and women empowerment.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have future plans with for your year in this reign?
I do have. So my education for empowerment will be always a part of it. And I'm really happy that I can use my reign to build global spaces, expand that of my audience, especially for women, youth, and lifelong learners. So my goal is to definitely expand what I've started back in the national pageant, my national crown, and that's my advocacy on education, mental health, and women leadership to reach more communities locally and globally because it's like a thing when it comes to pageantry. They always have this idea that beauty queens are just physically attractive, they're just beautiful. But we need to normalize beauty queens being smart, strong, and heart-centered. Because we know, yeah, glam is a part of it, but glam with a purpose. So that's my plan for my whole year. So back and forth judging different events, different pageant actually worldwide, one in Japan, one in the US this November, and free research conferences. I'll be continuing that one as part of my United Nations Sustainable Development Goals uh, advocacy, and also moving forward into different talks and workshop, and of course, small act of kindness. So that's my plan for the whole year.
Wow, it seems like you are gonna jam pack a lot into that time.
No. And my fear is now that I have the international crown, the time management. Although I did that one last year, time management has been like one of the core things I have to reconsider, knowing that I have more than two jobs and I'm a single mom and I have my national crown. But I know I can do it. I just need to know my priorities, especially that I have my international crown now. It's just I know it will be challenging given the travel. I think the part of traveling, right, internationally.
It just all takes so much time. Like, even just getting from one place, it's like that's hours you could be doing something else. Like, even I have a camping trip with my friend next weekend, and like, as much as I'm going to enjoy it when it happens, but all I'm thinking is like, oh, the amount of stuff I could get done if I didn't go. Like,
Oh my goodness, right? I mean, imagine, Victoria, if you're going to travel internationally and you have to be sitting on that plane for 19 hours straight.
right.
The amount of, yeah, exactly, that what you mentioned, the amount of work you can do for those hours spent. But I know it will be challenging, but at the same time, meaningful. So I'm looking
Absolutely.
at the
And
bright side.
now that it is an international title, I know you did say that you have a pageant in the States that you're kind of helping with.
Mhm.
Do you have other international like plans?
Oh, great question. Not this time. To be honest, people have been asking now that you have this international crown, what is your next plan? I don't have pageant wise. Pageant, I would say, is not my forte. It's not like the main focus of my life. And when I went into the Calgary pageant last year, I was just enjoying the whole show, the whole process of learning that of myself as well. But I did not expect that I would get the crown. So getting the crown now is like a part of my life, but I did not prioritize it yet, not until I get my international crown. I would say I am going to just relax for a bit. When it comes to pageantry, I probably would say, who knows? I'm not closing my door, but not this time, not next year or a few weeks, a few years time. I would probably say just enjoy the international, my first international crown, and focus more on my career for the next couple of years. And who knows? With no limit with the Miss Universe one, there's no age limit this time. Who knows? Maybe I'll step on that stage. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you'd always be welcome back, you know? It would be
Right?
fun to try different systems since you've kind of
Mhm.
stuck in through with the one.
Exactly, but I'm still not planning. Probably I will see you back on stage before before me getting on another international stuff, but not this time. Not on me, but I'll probably see you again.
Next year.
Next year. Oh, see.
Yeah, I'm doing Canadian National Misses
Oh,
category, yeah.
wow. I'm so happy. Great for you, Victoria.
Yeah, I'm
I'm just gonna
excited.
be here cheering for you. It's your time. I'm not going to go on stage.
So did you have any sponsorships leading up to your international pageant?
I'll be very honest, Victoria. I am weak on that part. Sponsorships are not my strength. I'll be very honest. Marketing is really not my thing. I remember back then when I was younger and people were like going to invite me to do some marketing stuff. Like, I just can't do it. I may be able to speak, but I just no, I don't have the power to actually I don't know, convince people, influence. I may have. It's just that
It
I
also does take time,
it takes
which clearly
time.
you don't have much.
That is true, Victoria. It takes time. And it's just that, well, I was able to get some of the sponsorship, but not the financial part to it. I was blessed to get amazing support for the aesthetic side, like skincare, for Cleopatra skincare. I also have the skin part, aesthetic part from the Miliano Medical Clinic. As for the finances, I covered most of it myself, especially with me bringing my family to Thailand. It wasn't easy, but I am just so grateful that I have a good job and I plan for it. I have a year to save up. Just my tip is when you're going into pageantry, it's not 100% from your sponsors. So don't rely 100% on sponsors. If you know you'll compete internationally, you have to save up. Recycle outfit. I recycled my outfit and that of my talent outfit back in the Calgary pageant. Be resourceful. Mrs. Canada Inc. also sponsored my gowns. I don't have to worry about that huge part of the competition. So I'm so grateful. But the rest, I budgeted for it. So preparation is not just mental and physical when you go into pageantry, it is also financial aspect to it.
Yeah, and I think it is very important, like you said, to recycle some of what you have because I feel
Hmm.
like a lot of people buy brand new stuff every single time and that
True.
can
And
add
take it
up
to
so
Shein.
much. Yes, facts.
Very convenient.
Literally, that's where I get like 90% of my pageant stuff.
Convenient, my goodness.
Absolutely. And did you have coaching leading into your international?
Well, Sudani, we started with Sudani. We had a Zoom meeting. First, Sudani taught us something about the background of the whole process for international, because she already went for an international pageant. And we had just a quick brainstorming conversation because I was definitely surprised when we had a talent portion. Because back in the national, we don't have it. But
Hmm.
in international, I have to be doing the talent side to it, even though it's just only 10%, but that will definitely make a huge difference. So I did that part. We were kind of like brainstorming on what we're going to do for the talent part. But for my walk, I know that I need more push. Although I did a little bit of research about walking, pageant walking through YouTube. Thanks again to YouTube and online resources and how to walk on stage. But I need someone, an expert to, help me with it. So I had a coaching for my walk, and I only had few days to prep back then because I was so busy marking papers. That was almost the end of the school year. So I have to be marking papers and at the same time doing the Zoom meeting. My coach was back in the Philippines. He has been coaching interna queens here in Canada, the Miss Grand International here in Canada. So he has been coaching that, and that's why I know him.
Who
And
was your coach?
my coach was Antonio Gonzalez.
Oh, okay.
So his Instagram page is named Muse Philippines, but he has been coaching a lot of the queens here in Canada. And they would even specifically booked a trip to the Philippines just to see him.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's how in demand he is. So like, okay, so just have a Zoom, we were just having a Zoom meeting, and it was actually effective. Some people would say that if you're going to have Zoom meeting for your pageant walk, it may not be as effective as in person, but it actually worked because I was able to learn so many things within just a couple of sessions we had.
Yeah, that's
That's my
great.
walk.
And what was the biggest differences that you noticed between like the national and international pageants?
It is so different, but in a meaningful way. Well, definitely the national, that of the international pageants were both empowering. But the thing with the international pageant, because in the national pageant, we're just starting with our advocacy. And now that you got the national crown, you should have like built on your advocacy for that year. So the international pageant focuses more on the advocacy and purpose. Well, it's different in different, platform. But on my end, we have about 40% coming from just the advocacy alone. That's
Wow.
huge. That's definitely huge. And nationals, of course, I represented a city, but now internationally, I was carrying the flag of Canada. So that alone changes everything. You're not just showing up, but you're showing the world who you are, what you stand for, and why it matters, especially bringing the banner of Canada. And the judging criteria was way more intense. Again, the closed door, including that of your advocacy/advocacy, carried the most weight. And then there was a talent portion to it that I was surprised, but I was on the other side, I was ready for the talent portion because I've been teaching some dance lessons in school. So I know that I'll lean into the dance side to my talent, but I was not expecting that there will be a talent part to it. So that was something that of course, meeting women, empowering women, amazing women from all over the world pushed me to rise even higher.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I know you then went and did some judging for the
Mhm.
Mrs. Canada. How was it being a judge?
Oh, to be honest, I would rather be part of the candidate list than
Really?
right. I would rather perform on stage. But I had the time of my life. But also I was sick because I've been traveling back and forth from the spicy food in Thailand, really spicy, from that amazing food as well in Hong Kong, seafood in the Philippines, straight to Quebec. So my body was definitely, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? And then no sleep as well, because when I had my 21-hour flight, went straight to Calgary, few hours, and then went to Quebec. But that I still showed up. It was a different kind of pressure because in the judging part, you're no longer walking. You're holding someone's dream in your hands. So I would say it was tough. It was definitely tough. There were like amazing, 30 plus amazing women in there. I'd rather be on stage, to be honest, in heels than making decisions behind a table. Because again, it's the final decision that of your score will definitely matter who will be crowned for that specific title. But of course, all the judges approach it with fairness and compassion, and the most challenging part is the closed door interview when they're, sharing their personal stories, their narratives, and you got to be holding back your tears. You can't be crying as well. But these women are phenomenal. And saw myself in so many of them. It reminded me how powerful pageantry can be for healing and for growth.
And how did it feel giving up your past title to someone else?
Oh, it was bittersweet. It's like sending your child off to college because you're proud. You work hard for it. You definitely had a year long to enjoy the moment with your national crown. A bit emotional about the journey. And also, I'm thinking, you know what? Because I don't have enough sleep. I'm still on a jet lag. Please do not trip on stage for the last time. And I wore my signature. It's just a 5-inch heels. It was not a problem, and handed over the Miss Canada World crown. And I felt nothing but gratitude because I'm so happy. I knew my successor would shine, and I know that she would be ready for this. I didn't lose a crown because I know that I've gained another one, and that's, the Miss World Universal International crown. But I will definitely carry all the lessons, the memories, and love from the journey of being Miss Canada World 2024.
Yeah, that's exciting. And was that your first time judging a pageant?
Not actually. I've been judging all throughout my, the national title. So for the Miss Canada World, I have been judging back and forth. But there was one for the that was Miss Universe Alberta. So whoever won for that will compete. Now, Miss Philippines Alberta will compete to the Miss Universe Philippines. So and
Mm.
then there's another one, the Miss Grand International Philippines Alberta. Again, a representative from Alberta, and will compete to the national one for the Miss Grand International Philippines, and then moving into that of the Miss Grand International. So I've been judging all of those pageants as well, and some local pageants. So I'm used to it. It's just that most of the judging part I did, I only like have about 10 women competing for the crown, but that was different. We have about 40, I think 40 in
Yeah, it
total.
was just a much larger scale than what you were used to.
True. And different titles as well. It's not just one. Like let's say Miss Grand International title, there are like different components to it. We have the Miss division, we have the Misses, and then there are like different titles.
And
So
then
it
the
was,
globe was like, because I know last year those
yeah,
were separate pageants, but it went
true.
together in the one this year.
Exactly. That is right.
There was a lot of titles handed out on that
Oh
stage.
yeah. But it went too fast, which is actually good because I was thinking it would be the same kind of process from last year. It took us
So long. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Oh my goodness, like standing on my heels for like even an hour just standing there to receive our individual. Because we have also like a lot of women last year. This year we
Mm.
have like 10 women less compared to that of last year.
Oh, I
But there
know.
were
We had like
several titles.
50 people last year.
I
It was
know.
so many. I know. That's like one of my biggest memories too, just like standing for so long while everyone got their individual title.
That was fun. That was fun. If only I knew, I should have bought me a pair of slippers on the side and could just like
Yeah, literally.
but it was a nice experience from that of
Oh,
last.
absolutely. And it probably, like you said, was very fulfilling passing that on, knowing that it's in good hands.
That is true. I am satisfied with the result. I'm happy with it, and I know she'll do great internationally. Because you need someone to, bring that flag of Canada, and you need someone as dedicated and passionate as you think you are. And I'm happy that it went so well.
Yeah, that's amazing. And is there anything that you want to bring attention to or kind of speak on while you have kind of a chance to?
Oh yes, just probably a couple of say motivating words in here. If you've been thinking about joining a pageant, then ask yourself, why not today? Why not now? Because that was my thing last year when someone invited me to the Miss Calgary pageant. I was like thinking, why? Why would I join? And I also said to myself, why would I not join? So you don't need to be perfect or have everything figured out. 'Cause that was me. That was my first pageant. Everything was just my first, but just be willing to show up, grow, and give it your best. Some people ask, like, why go for it? You know, you're already a mom. But that's exactly why I did it. You know, I want my daughter to see what it looks like when a woman, especially without my background, chases her dreams with heart and purpose. You know, as a victim of domestic violence, I was able to rise through it and that of the different intersectionalities of my identity. And no, I never neglected my responsibilities, just top of my priority. Being a mother made me stronger, more focused, and more committed to showing that you can love your family and still show up for yourself. And just remember that pageantry is not just about the crown, it's about confidence, your voice, your advocacy, and becoming the woman you're meant to be. So if you want to start pageantry, go for it. Start where you are. That one brave step might just change everything in your life. So just go for it.
Amazingly said. That was beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
true though. Like, there's a million reasons to say like, what if, what if, what if, or maybe not, maybe not. Like, but just go for it, you know? In the end, it's just a good time, whether you get a title or not.
Exactly. Even when people are asking, why would you take this? Let's say for example, when I was 21 years old and people were like telling me, why would you take your master's immediately right after your bachelor? Well, that's my choice. But at the same time, if I'm not going to do it during that time, I know that I'll be doing it sometime in the near future. So why not do it now when I still have, enough time to do it? I still have the energy and that of the ability to somehow push through it. So why not wait for another year, another 5 years, or 10 years? So the other side to it is you have several tons of reasons why you won't do it, your what ifs, but you also have another side to it. Like ask yourself, why not today? Why not now? And why can't you?
100%. Yeah. I mean, thank you so much for coming on again. It was lovely having you.
Thank you. And I know that we had like a year anniversary from our last podcast. So I'm not expecting another a year anniversary in a year for the next podcast because I'm not joining any pageant for the next year. But who knows, right? Who knows? I'm just not going to block it and close my door. So I'm just going to be cheering. Good luck, Victoria, to whatever is your plan for your next pageant. I'm
Thank
really happy to see you again on stage. Where is it going to happen?
It's in Mississauga.
Ah, Ontario, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I may be able to see that one then. When is it happening?
It's next July, so I still have like a whole year to prep for it.
Ah, I see. So next July, hopefully that will not be during the passing of crown for the Miss World. I
Oh,
think we're gonna have it
true.
June, July.
Yeah.
And it'll also be a surprise because our next destination for this pageant, the world productions, will be somewhere hot, amazing.
I have heard
Oh, you've heard?
people have shared it's gonna be in Kenya.
Oh, they already have shared. Okay, then. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
If they weren't supposed to, oops, because
So I
multiple
don't
women
know.
have.
To be honest, I don't know. But yeah, since they already have said, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Have
You
you
got
ever been?
I haven't been like anywhere in Africa. I haven't been. So that would be amazing. And I've been seeing, this near to, that you will be going to that, let's say, location destination. I've been seeing a lot of vlogs to Masai Mara. I don't know if I've said that one right, where the Great Migration, the safari in Kenya. I was like, wow, this is actually amazing. They're like knocking on my door and reminding me that you'll be going in a year now.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be amazing. Well, thank you again, and I hope you have
Thank
a
you.
great day.
Thank you, Victoria. You as well. And thank you so much for having me. Have a nice Thursday. And I'll you be going to the Miss Universe preliminary. Just keep us posted. I'll
Yes,
just be watching your
absolutely.
stories then.
Sounds good. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you.